Hello and welcome to the International Overwatch League Minors. Tonight we have a Season 5 Week 2 Tier 2 game against Hyperion versus Morrigan. I am very excited about this Tier 2 game. How about you, my wonderful co-caster Super?
Definitely, Super Rondo Uno back again. Loving it, obviously, getting right into the start of the season. Week two for these teams. I expect to see a good one.
Most definitely. Oh, and it looks like we have a few people having some comm issues at the beginning of this map, unfortunately, but this is the best time to get this all situated and figured out. While we are waiting, let's talk a little bit about Busan being our first map of this series against these two wonderful teams. How do you feel Busan as an opening map?
Kind of critically acclaimed. Obviously, when it came into the game, not too many people enjoyed it, but it's the perfect starter map. Obviously, you're talking about a cap map, whatnot. Obviously, position control is going to be important. Who caps first, but other than that, who can control and hold the point first. And coming into this match, Hyperion carrying a 1-0 record. 3-0 sweep in terms of the maps in their last matchup. They're going to want to keep the momentum going. On the other side, Morrigan, you're coming off a loss, three down 1-3 in terms of map score. You're going to want to come out stronger than you did last week, obviously try to get a W on the season.
Most definitely. Week two seems to always be a little bit more of a better week coming into it. Week one's always hard because you're just starting out, but I know that week six is like dire. So this period right here is kind of like the time to get all these wins in. So I am super excited to see who comes out on top, whether it be Hyperion or Morgan. But knowing both of these teams, it's going to be an exciting one. We are just double checking and see how this comm issue is going, and then we can start these wonderful games.
Yeah, I'm antsy. I'm excited. And obviously, like you say, it's week two. It's still early. Definitely don't need to be in panic mode just yet. But obviously, like you said, it's about momentum. You've got to get some W's. And what a better, not never too late to obviously get your first win, especially when you're early on in the season.
Oh, it looks like we are having a restart again coming out of Chat Noir. Just can't seem to get those comms going. Sometimes, this is a big issue between um, cross cross crossplay with PlayStation and Xbox and PC. Sometimes those comm links don't necessarily want to work. I'm pretty sure Blizzard's working on a better way to get this taken care of, hopefully.
Yeah, obviously opening the can of worms once you open up crossplay amongst, all gaming platforms, but especially in a game like Overwatch, communication is probably one of the most important things. So definitely want to get that squared away before we jump into a map because the last thing you want to happen is during the game when this happens.
Most definitely. I am just going to check on this, make sure everything's going well. I could have started the stream a lot later than I started, but I thought we were all good to go, even though um, they've decided to go ahead and restart again, try to get these comms going. I do know that Morgan is ready to go. They're just waiting. We could give a little bit of talk about these maps that are coming up. We've already talked about Busan, but after Busan, we have Havana and Volskaya, Eichenwald, and then Nepal as the fifth map. But I do have to say, out of all of these maps, my favorite has to be Volskaya. I don't know about you, but what do you think?
I'm kind of a fan of the Havana. I like the pure transport maps, especially as a Lucio main. It makes my life a lot easier when there's at a specific point you have to stick around with me.
Oh, most definitely. I'm a flex, so I play a little bit of everything, and I just have to say, Havana teleporter sim to win it. I mean, her beam is very OP right now, and you get teammates behind her and get your tanks in front of her. It could be pretty darn powerful.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, I'm more than anything, I'm curious to see just the teamwork that we get from both of these teams. The last game I casted on game was dominated purely off of teamwork. So, I'm obviously with both of these teams, I haven't seen them play yet this season. So I'm curious to see what characters I'm gonna get and how the gameplay is gonna work out.
Oh, yes. Coming out of Morgan, we have Ban, who's been an absolutely wonderful Hanzo. And Sid, if I'm not mistaken, Sid on heels um, was a Zen player. I'm not too sure. Don't hold that against me. I'm not 100%. But I know Morgan has a very strong tank line as well. So I'm really excited to see how they can get around Hyperion because Hyperion's been extremely strong as well. They've given a very strong tank line. So like I said, with Morgan coming out a loss already, and this being their chance to get a win, wonder how that's gonna go.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna assume they've had some nice talks in practice, obviously fixing what went wrong in their last game. So Hyperion's got to be on their P's and Q's this one because they're obviously Morgan doesn't want to start the season off 0 and 2.
Most definitely. It looks like they're saying they are ready in the Overwatch chat, but let's go ahead and check the ticket and then hop in to Busan. All right, it looks like Hyperion is ready. Morgan said they were ready a second ago, and they are still ready. So let's go ahead and jump into Busan.
Now traveling to Busan. Initiating match.
All right, better late than never, but at least we're finally underway.
Most definitely, we are sitting here waiting to assemble their heroes and see what we will be starting out with.
Ready for battle.
And it looks like on Hyperion's side, they're going to run the classic Ryan Zarya with a Cassidy Reaper along with a Lucio and Baptiste. And on the Morgan side, they've decided to go with the Reinhardt Diva with a Sim. You see, I told you about those Sims. With a Oh, looks like we have a switch to a Cassidy as well, running BAP. And, oh, see, there I go.
That was
Sid
last minute
decides.
switch.
Yeah, oh, the keep with the last minute switches. Let's go. Looks like both teams are rushing their way to the point, but
Here
Hyperion
we
decides
go.
to touch it first.
This first fight is always is gonna be key. That first kill already. Dim down.
Big kill on that Sim right there. We see Lamp coming out for Morgan here. We got a full Reinhardt battle on point. Why not falls from Hyperion's side. Hyperion's still standing strong. Oh, they lose the Zarya. Window comes out to play and Shatter comes out to play,
Ults
canceling that
already.
window. Looks like that remake was able to take out that Reaper, but Hyperion staying strong, taking this point.
Yeah, that first point fight's always key, but I mean, a lot of good things to see from that first battle. Really, it's really not over yet, and even then, we're gonna see how. Obviously, capping the point's one thing. Can you hold it?
Most definitely. We have several ults coming online for Hyperion and Morgan here. So let's see what we can do. See, the Zarya just got her grab. Window does pop out. Immortality comes out as well to try to keep them protected, but Morgan is going to the point.
Yeah, might have flubbed it a little bit on that location there, but I mean...
Like Zarya is going to go ahead and take out this Immortality and get this D-Mech on this Diva. Hyperion still holding very strong here.
The cycle begins anew.
We've got Diva Bomb, High Noon, Dragons, and Transcendence coming out of Morgan, along with Grav, High Noon for Hyperion. They have a little less ults here, but they do seem like they are coming online pretty fast.
That was pretty quickly. Morgan's also, they potentially could get a window within this fight. Let's see if that might be the deciding push, but might have to get a little desperate here, getting close to that 95% mark.
High Noon comes into play, getting juice. Window comes into play, but Shatter and Bomb on point as well. Bomb does take out the Reaper. Oh, but BZ falls right before the grab.
That might do it just there, and yes, there it is.
Juice trying to come in with a quick High Noon here at the end. Hyperion definitely showing a strong start in this first map.
Ready for battle.
I think it was a thing we talked about. Obviously, capping the point is obviously important. You need to get that, but it's how can you hold and maintain it. And they really show no weakness in allowing Morgan to really even kind of take the point back from them. But again, new map, you have that short-term memory loss. Let's see how they both bounce back on this one and see if we get any character changes.
There is no obligation.
Does look like we got a couple of switches coming out of Morgan on the Sig and the Lucio here. Oh, we do also have a switch onto the Ana for Hyperion. Looks like we've got a little bit of split up here coming out of Morgan. Wonder how that communication's going.
Observe the barrier.
Reaper on the Sigma. Oh, misses the rock with his Wraith. He drops the point, but Sigma is still on him. Sigma getting low as the Reinhardt swings his hammer, throws a rock. Doesn't get anybody with the rock. It looks like Hyperion's gonna go ahead and cap this point first.
Hey, you're seeing again, just like on the last one, they seem to prioritize just getting to the point first and fighting from within.
Hyperion kind of staying back off that point, trying to keep away.
Surely you got to look at ult management just a little bit. It is still early, but I mean Ryan's pretty close to a shatter. You've got a couple other guys that pretty sure Reaper and even Bap could get ults here within this next fight.
Like Morgan's gonna go ahead and take the high ground as Hyperion is rotating around to try to get them off the high ground. We do see McCree and the Baptiste ult coming online for Hyperion. They decided to throw Shatter and Window. Immortality
But I've
comes
got to
out.
say it again, I do not love that window placement.
And Hyperion makes a quick cleanup.
Again,
They
it seems clear that they came into this game and knowing exactly what they had to do. Obviously, it's point control and maintaining said control. And really, Morgan's got this thing to change something up. The brawl's not working. You might want to maybe look into more range.
Yeah, time to heal up.
But Morgan does have more ults online than Hyperion, so maybe this is going to come out to it. Oh, but we have High Noon in the back beat being dropped to try to keep him safe, but does take out Van.
Extremely important fight for Morgan right here. You've got a good start. You've got to finish it off. Ooh, I don't know if it's going to happen.
Reaper's on the Lucio, does take the Lucio down. Oh, we see dragons coming from spawn. Once again, Hyperion showing dominance in this round.
Yeah, that's going to give them the early 1-0 lead on this map. I mean, not much you can really say. A great team effort again, and gaining a point of control, maintaining said control of point. And you'll see this great purple star really start off the whole thing. Bad chatter.
Yes, beautiful shatter. Absolutely wonderful to protect him from that window too.
Epic.
Right.
Okay, as we are going into map 2, we are just going to see if there is any switches. And we do have a couple of switches coming out of Morgan's side. It looks like we have a couple of switches for Hyperion as well. Few seconds as I find out who these people are. Okay, we'll go ahead and switch over to the second map, Havana.
Yeah, new map, new gameplay, new style, new changes. Morgan, you're down 0-1. You can't give up just yet, though, obviously. And things are going to change for you now. We'll see if those changes fix, any character switches change. And obviously for Hyperion on the other side, you won the first map, but you've got to forget about that and focus on this next new map.
Most definitely, and who knows, maybe they're just not very strong on point control maps. Maybe payload maps is where they show complete dominance.
Yeah, definitely. And like you mentioned, obviously, it's a different type of map now. Getting to a full transport map changes things. Not so much a concentrated point of where you got to fight. The battle is going to be on the move. So maybe that benefits Morgan more. We'll see.
Most definitely. We're just waiting for the ready from these two teams. Okay, looks like both teams are ready to go, and we are jumping into Havana.
Traveling to Havana.
If you are just tuning in, this is the International Overwatch League Minors Season 5, Week 2, Tier 2, Hyperion versus Morgan. And so far, it is 1-0 in Hyperion's favor.
Yeah, Hyperion's got the early lead, but definitely a lot of Overwatch still left. We're hoping to see Morrigan bounce back here again. New map, new gameplay, new switches. Let's
Ready
get it.
for battle.
And with those new switches comes new heroes. We are running Orisa Sig with a Farah Soldier and a Baptiste Mercy on the side of Morgan, and a Orisa Sig Cassidy Reaper Mercy Bap on Hyperion's side. Both are deciding to go with a little bit of a poke comp with these tanks.
One. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Alright, we see Morgan decide to go out that little right door there instead of going out the main way.
Yeah, definitely sporting a double shield, but sporting a lot more range also. Saying this is a switch they might have wanted to make on the last map, but let's see if it works better on this one. Again, the fight's going to be on the move forever.
I think this pharmacy pick might do them well here. Definitely staying in the sky, not really getting a whole lot of contestants here.
Get back! I am the power. Ich kümmere mich um dich.
Hyperion doing a great job of just maintaining control right now. Morgan's not really able to get any pushes, even with them getting picks.
There's a nice rocket coming out of Sigma on that Reaper. They get the res on the Orisa. Window comes out for Hyperion. Window comes out for
Window
Morgan.
versus window.
We see Bongos coming into play for... for Hyperion. D.Va just pelting away at those shields. Or not D.Va. Pharah. I can't think today.
Maybe slow and steady wins the race, but slowly but surely Morrigan is pushing this payload, so definitely a better outshowing so far in this early start of the match.
Most definitely, like I said, this Pharah could be a very good pick. Oh, and we see the barrage
Oh, that's
coming from
nasty.
the back. And we see Soldier picking 3. Morgan is doing an absolutely wonderful job pushing this payload.
Much better showing. A lot about Overwatch is momentum. So Morgan's got them a bit on the ropes right now, but again, Hyperion's shown to have nice frame control in terms of not letting them push. Let's see if they can bounce back and not let them cap this second point.
We do have Visor coming into play, or not into play, but we have Visor ready as Soldier starts to try to push them off the high ground here a bit.
Yeah, they're sitting on 4 ults right now. Actually, quite a few of them you could combo together, not to mention the Mercy. So we'll see when and where they use it.
See Gravity Flux coming onto the point. But Soldier is in the back line using Visor. Oh, gets 1, gets 2.
Oh no.
Could possibly get 3, but Sigma uses his hands. And Soldier is on the run. Cat Noir with the Blossom gets Soldier out of the game.
Even with that, Hyperion's still doing a good job here, not letting them capitalize too much on that. Even down to the numbers, they're still be able to hold them a little bit.
Also getting that quick pick there onto the Reaper.
Morgan's got looking to get a little bit of a regroup here. You're not stressed for time just yet, but you do got to understand that you're gonna have spawn advantage here.
Oh, and they do get the pick on the Baptiste there. Oh, but the Baptiste gets res, and the Rissa falls. Oh, but the Sigma falls. They're able to get Orisa up, but Mercy unfortunately falls to that Reaper.
I will not be defeated so easily.
On my way.
Hyperion running back. Do they try to contest here will be the question.
That Reaper tried his best to get that ult, but unfortunately gets just stunned right out of it. We have double
Bongo
bongos
versus
on this play.
Bongo.
Immortality coming into play to try to keep the tanks up. Oh, but that Flux coming out of the Sigma.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
And Morgan is able to get this second point. Like you said, new map, new teams. They're definitely off to a good start here.
Great start so far. Obviously, you're seeing again, maybe this map works better to their advantage, as we're seeing so far, again, with the fight being on the move, going more range. And I think the Mercy is helping also. She's had quite a couple of clutch reses, which has really not let Hyperion kind of capitalize on the picks they've been able to get.
Reaper there hiding on that high ground, looking just for a place to drop. Does get spotted and is now retreating. Ooh, and gets taken down by the Soldier. That's a good pick. Oh, and it looks like Hyperion is just falling now.
Speaking of Reapers, you've got Morrigan's in the back line just absolutely causing chaos.
Heroes never die.
Soldier decides to use his ult, trying to get this Reaper here. Oh, but Reaper uses ult. Immortality comes out to play. Orisa fortifies, but gets taken out. Now moving on to the Baptiste, but Baptiste is trying his best to get, and he is able to get away.
And again, smart by Morrigan to back up there. You're not winning that fight. It doesn't. You don't gain anything by trying to win it against the Reaper there. Regroup, come back.
You see the Reaper for Morgan's side does have his ult, and it looks like he's going to get behind this team. His immortality comes into play. He waits for it to go, and there it goes.
Oh, that's a nice combo right there.
Oh, but gets taken down by the Reaper. Morgan has plenty here with a team kill.
And that's a team kill.
Yes. They are moving this payload as Hyperion tries as fast as they can to get off this fort. Immortality comes out, but they're unable to touch.
Not gonna happen.
I'm just getting started.
Double kill. Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Time remaining is 39 seconds for Morgan. Let's see if their defense can go as smoothly as their attack.
Definitely, like so, comparing to the first match, a lot better showing from Morrigan there. Obviously, you're able to push as far as they made it the entire way. 39 seconds, not the ideal time, but again, it was a good showing. Now you've got to flip the script and play some solid defense and get yourselves back in this game.
Ready for battle.
Looks like Morgan is going to stick to what they did on first push of attack.
30 seconds.
Hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Most definitely with that Pharah pick, I think Juice was doing absolutely wonderful on that first attack with Pharah, just staying in the sky. You know, even though Hyperion had McCree, McCree was really not doing a whole lot to that Pharah and just gave her pretty much free range of that sky.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop
Now, they did
the
opt to not keep the Reaper. He was causing a lot of trouble in the backline. We'll see if... Don't know if you might see him switch to him later, but we'll see as this map starts. Let's get it.
Hyperion doing very well moving this point with Morgan slowly backing up here.
And yeah, here's the early difference seen between these both teams. Hyperion's, when they were playing defense, had the idea to not give up ground. Morrigan gave up a lot of ground, and I don't know if that might come back to bite them here like we're seeing right now.
I don't know, Morgan is getting definitely a lot of picks here in the beginning though. So maybe it's more of a tactical for them to hold a little bit further back. It looks like a Juice does have Barrage online and does use it, gets the Reaper, but gets taken
It's
out.
one, but
by that
traded
Zarya.
off.
See a Nano Zarya coming into play. Reinhardt comes from the backline and distracts the Sigma. Morgan having a little bit of trouble to hold on to this as best as they can, and the Hyperion just slowly gets pick after pick moving this point.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah, and again, I think this goes back to what I said earlier. It's the fault of giving up too much ground, especially on Havana. That first point, there's ways to where you can play it to where you don't necessarily have to give it too much ground. You can play the corners. They started so far in the back line, and Hyperion's shown in this early on so far to be the more aggressive team. When you're playing against that, you've got to essentially kind of play their own game. You've got to be aggressive back. That playing back and passive just might not cut it. And here we go right here. Speaking of aggressive.
I was just gonna say that. Speaking of aggressive, Hyperion Reinhardt days just going in and swinging hard.
Yeah, Hyperion's MO has clearly been, we're going to hit you right in the mouth. We're not going to let you get set. You've got Reaper set him right now, waiting to trap him.
Oh, and that pin on that Reinhardt. See the soldier ult trying to come out. Reinhardt does fall, unfortunately. Reaper still in the back line, falls as well.
Your support has arrived.
Well, speaking of Hyperion being over aggressive, works to Morrigan's favor. They've been doing good at getting in their back line, and it worked out this time also when it came to the stop.
I'm here.
Good pick on that Genji.
Damage amplified.
Team up for special attack.
Helden sterben nicht.
Огонь по готовности.
We do see several ults coming out online.
The battle continues.
The Mercy was able to get the res, but gets taken down by the Baptiste.
Always got to be careful when you pop too many ults. That tends to favor the attacking team.
My ultimate is almost ready.
But even after that early push, Morgan's doing a good job of holding him right now, but still 2 minutes on that clock. There's a lot of Overwatch to go.
Damage boost engaged.
We see a couple of switches here. We see the Junkrat instead of the Genji. Looks like the Junkrat's doing a little bit more damage here. Mercy is able to get the Baptiste up.
Give me another.
See Shatter coming into play. That's going to be big for them, taking 3.
Unstoppable.
3 down, you've got a Mercy and a Soldier by yourself.
See the Sim teleporter onto point and getting Morgan back there fairly fast. Oh,
Yeah,
Soldier trying to do his best in the back line.
And you're almost in that panic territory for Hyperion. You've got coming on 30 seconds left to cap this point. And again, you already know you have to get to the end.
I have located the enemy.
Sitting on 4 ults though, so we're gonna get crazy with the Y button pretty soon.
We do see Nano coming out. Oh, the Reaper all coming out. Immortality was not able to save them, taking 3. Just the Soldier and the Mercy here trying to contest the point. Mercy goes for the res. It gets the res on Yeah, it's on the Reinhardt. Trying to keep, oh, the Soldier falls. Trying to get back to her Reinhardt and falls as well.
And it's gonna come to no avail. They cap it.
Teleporter online. I have opened the door.
Time is not your friend right now if you're Hyperion though.
With 1 minute and 17 seconds left on the clock, they do get a quick pick here on the Symmetra.
Morgan sitting on 3 ults with a Shatter easily coming in the next few seconds.
60 seconds left on this clock. Let's see if Hyperion can keep moving this point.
This is not the end.
Tire coming out, and Shield comes out as well. Well, a big shatter from the back line. Days taking the Orisa off. Nope, didn't go off the map. Thought for sure they would have went off. Oh, and that shatter is
denied on the shatter there.
blocked. They did knock one down.
Tactical
And
punch.
Days falls. It looks like Hyperion's having a little bit of trouble being able to get back here and push.
They are not going to get it done. We've got a tie game, folks.
Play of the game.
Days being an absolutely strong Reinhardt here. Okay, and as we go back to lobby, we have a couple of switches coming in for both teams, but let me go ahead and do this first and swap both teams. Sorry about this, just getting a couple of switches here. Sometimes it can get a little bit confusing. As we are trying to figure out a couple more things, let's go ahead and switch these maps. Next map, we are going over to Volskaya. Definitely one of my favorites. How about you? I know we probably talked about this.
Like I said, it's definitely a good map. I do obviously enjoy it. I'll put it in one of my favorites. It's a good map.
Oh goodness. Okay, so that's what I did. I got a couple of these people a little bit mixed up. Let's just blame it on being sick. I think everything looks right now. Sometimes it gets a little confusing when you switch sides and then you gotta change everybody's colors and then you don't remember who went to who to begin with. Kind of thing. Oh, but I just now realized that they are all pretty much giving me matching icons, so that does help a bit. While we are waiting for the ready from both of these teams, if you are just tuning in, this is Season 5, Week 2, Tier 2, Hyperion versus Morgan, and so far we are tied up 1-1.
Yeah, it's been a great match so far. You've seen both sides excel at one area and obviously get defeated in another one. Coming to Volskoye, 2 CP map, definitely one of the better ones, obviously. So we'll see now. Hyperion has shown to have the advantage on the cap and control map, so we'll see how this one benefits them when it's a one and done move to the next one as opposed to entire capping for a minute.
Yeah, and on control maps, we saw Hyperion be super strong in the beginning, but Morgan came back with that payload map, really showing that they can also be super strong. So I'm excited about this being um, a 2 CP, trying to gain that control. How well Morgan does on the defense first. Because their defense, I do have to say, their defense was pretty good that last map on Havana. So I'm excited to see if what they try to run. We do see a couple of switches here, so I'm not too sure what type of tank line they will be having. But I'm sure with this DPS combo here, Juice Band, their DPS will be doing absolutely strong themselves. So just definitely excited for Volsky. And it does look like we have the ready from both teams. So we are going to go ahead and hop in to Volskaya.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries. Initiating match.
I do enjoy this map with this giant poster of Zarya over here. Most definitely one of my favorite posters. And then you see over
Ready
here
for
the
battle.
the I don't that's not a bastion, is it? That can't be a bastion, but it is some type of oh goodness, what are they called? Omnix? Is that what it is?
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
It looks like Morgan is taking a little bit of a precaution here by holding by the forklift.
And Hyperion thought they were going to go with the classic sim strap, but it seems they've reverted and going back down the middle.
And it seems to work for them because they just walked right through.
And again, we saw this last time where Morgan's just decided to have this passive approach, and I don't know if I agree with that.
No, it's definitely not working for the best for them here, being as passive as they are, because Hyperion just cleans up and is able to take this point. Do have a little baby diva over here, but I think she's gonna get picked rather fast here.
And we've seen it again. The name of the game for Hyperion has been, we're going to hit you right in the mouth. And once again, we're seeing how quickly that works. Like, they capped that with no. Now they've got 6 minutes, which is a lot of time for a second point.
Objective B.
You see Farah trying to get in the back line here, but is definitely getting dived on by the diva. Now Sim's on point along with the shield.
And again, it's that Hyperion strategy. We're just gonna come right at you. We don't care.
Farah does have her ult, and she's able to stay alive in this backline. Oh, but gets taken down by Plague.
Now this is where it gets a little tough because Morgan's gonna have the spawn advantage that's gonna be right there, but
And maybe by taking it to point B gives them a little bit more advantage with that spawn there. Maybe the first point was just a little too far for them to be able to stay together and keep it contested. Because it seems they're being able to hold their ground now.
yeah, maybe if that's the game plan. I don't know. For myself, that's a little risky because even there's no guarantee that when you flip the sides, you're gonna be able to cap the first point yourself. So, don't know if I agree with it, but hey, we'll see if it works out for him in the long run.
See this Farah trying to get around here to the backside. She gets seen by the diva.
You gotta be careful with your Morgan. Hyperion sitting on 2 ults, including a Shatter, and there it is.
Immortality comes out to play. Shatter comes out to
Reverse.
play. Oh, and the big ult in the backline is able to, well, does not take anybody out, unfortunately. But a lot of Hyperion did fall.
I don't quit till the fight's done.
You're going to be okay.
Morrigan so far holding it down. That's exactly why I'm sitting back here in the booth, and they're the ones with the boots on the ground.
You all look like you needed some healing.
Get through this.
Morgan sitting on 4 ults here. Definitely plenty of ults in the bank to counter anything that Hyperion brings. See shield and window coming out from Morgan's side. Diva sleeping on the point, but Reinhardt just being able to keep everybody back.
Spawn advantage working in their favor. Obviously, as you're Morgan, you can afford to be a little more aggressive than usual. I mean, your spawn's essentially 5 steps away from the point, so.
Soldier's trying to go around that backside, but Hanzo sees him.
Well, now we get damage. Hyperion sitting on 3 ults, and here we go.
So many ults coming into play with a bomb.
Everybody get a Y button.
Yes, they did. Reinhardt sleeping on point. Oh, and the Tiger takes out the Baptiste and then gets that extra pick with his bomb there.
Morrigan wins the battle of the ults, and again, that spawn advantage, such a huge help here. Yeah, after having 6 minutes of cow, Hyperion's down to their last minute 30. So, like you said, maybe it was a strategy to just let them have first point, and so far it is working out.
But you know, even if that was their strategy to let them have first point and just cover point B, you know, they still have to try to take that first and get at least one tick on B to win this map. So I'm really hoping they're counting on their attack to be very strong.
I could use some assistance.
Like, the Reinhardt is just waiting for Hyperion to touch point so he can shatter them. Oh!
Reverse shatter again. Denied.
That was absolutely beautiful looking from Reinhardt's angle.
60 seconds remaining.
60 seconds left on the clock, and they are getting these ticks.
And got it.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Well, the pressure's on now if you're Morrigan. You gave up the first point pretty easily. Held the second point for quite a while, seeing as they had 6 minutes, but now the pressure's on. You know the number you've got to beat, and like we both said, it starts with this first point.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
If you are just tuning in, the score is all tied up as 1-1 right now. We have Morgan on the blue side and Hyperion on the purple side.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
So Hyperion faked this out with the sim strat. Let's see if Morgan's going to actually use it.
It does look like they put teleporter straight to high ground, and they are able to touch this point.
And there it
Immortality
is.
comes out 2 point. Oh, Reinhardt with a big charge there. Immortality coming out to try to protect his Reinhardt. Oh, they are able to get that res on the Juice, but Juice
But
unfortunately
nothing
falls.
doing. And I think this is the thing about Hyperion. It's always said that you've got to know how to stop your own strength. Hyperion's always played that aggressive. We're going to hit you in the mouth. Morgan tries to hit them back with their own strategy, and obviously Hyperion's got to know how to stop it. This is something they employ. You're going to have to try something else.
Don't worry, my friend. I am your shield. You honor.
My teleporter is online.
See teleporter going up again. Some Morgan is over on the point. We see Reinhardt coming. Oh, but the shatter on
There's the
Reinhardt.
shatter.
Immortality is there to try to protect him. Swing after swing after swing, and Strobe finally falls.
This is not the time.
It looks like Morgan's gonna go ahead and capture this point. Morgan trying to push up to see maybe if they can get this Orisa picked.
It looks like now it gets tough. Again, you got 5 minutes, quite a lot of time, but Hyperion's going to have the spawn advantage.
I have located the enemy.
They do have several ults online in their favor, but so does Hyperion.
Sitting on a ult advantage. Also looks like about 5-4 right now.
We see window. Oh, dragons from the back line.
Here we go. Everybody push the Y button.
Morgan still has people on the board though as they start to move to this point. Reinhardt's barrier gets destroyed and falls.
They're by Hyperion, not to mention they've still got 2 ults.
Pick for pick here as both Hanzos fall.
Step inside, stay alive.
We still need you. Teleporter online. We move quickly.
Hyperion's doing a good job right now keeping Morrigan at bay. They're not able to gain any ground so far.
We'll see
Dragon
one dragon
comes
coming
right through
out.
the middle of the point.
Oh, and another dragon, but Immortality comes out to try to save them. Reinhardt does have a shatter. Oh, good block and another
Reverse.
shatter. Yes. Immortality comes out to save his Reinhardt. Oh, but then the other Reinhardt falls. Buddy's getting rezzed right now.
Oh, that's
It's
a team
beautiful
kill.
team kill, and it looks like Morgan has a chance here. We'll be going into round 2 as long as they can keep everybody from this point.
Oh, and here's the
Diva
Diva
and
bomb.
Reaper.
Don't worry. I got this. I'm back.
2 Hyperion still on point. When Diva gets demeched and taken out, you know, I was really excited to see that beautiful team kill, but I mean, they couldn't capitalize on it. It wasn't in their favor.
Couldn't capitalize. It's that spawn advantage, and that's a tough thing with these 2 CP maps. That second point is always so close to the defending team's point. As we see here, even a team kill couldn't clutch it for him. But you're sitting on 2 ticks, so it's not the end of the world, and you still got 2 minutes left.
Oh, he tries to counterpin, but unfortunately doesn't get him. Oh, big dragon coming out to play, does not get anybody. Reinhardt going swinging
Reverse
hammers.
dragon.
That dragon does take out the Diva. And Baptiste was just barely there and gets pinned out. And we are going into round 2.
Sides. Initiating match.
Both these teams are doing an absolutely beautiful job with attacking and defense here.
Ready for battle.
We've got a minute and a minute 45 on the clock for these teams, and it looks like Hyperion is going to attack first.
In 30 seconds.
Attacking first, and so far early on, looks like going with the dive comm. You might have to, obviously, again, 1 minute, not a lot of time. Time is not your friend right now. But maybe that plays in their favor. As we've seen, they've got this aggressive mentality.
Most definitely going the monkey and the diva to try to dive that point instantly, and you know everybody else can get to them pretty fast. I mean, Anna might have a little bit of trouble on the back line if Ban decides to bother her a little bit, but I think they will do absolutely wonderful.
Excuse me for dropping in.
We see the Winston already on point and gets taken down. Those sim turrets are no joke.
30 seconds.
Dein
Oh,
Schutzengel
and they
ist
get
da.
the res on the Winston. Hyperion's
And this is
still in
exactly
here.
And this is exactly what we're talking about. It's that aggressive gameplay. We're just gonna hit you right in the mouth. And again, Morgan sitting back and playing defense. We assuming maybe this is their strategy, but now you gotta really buckle down. You're gonna have about 40 seconds to hold off here.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
See if they can reach this point in enough time to get a little bit of cap.
Oh, they'll get there, but the fight, winner of that first pick's gonna be ever reported. And there it goes right now. Hanzo goes down. Back up.
It is a full out battle here. Oh, that bomb gets 2 people. Tracer definitely is a good pick here. We're coming into overtime, and Hyperion is on this point and taking it.
Helden sterben nicht.
They'll get a tick, but now they've got to really fight off to, well, maybe they won't. Okay. Now we got a game.
That poor Torb just was not able to make it.
Score 2 to 4. Switching sides.
Well, pressure goes back to the Morgan side now. You've got an extra 45 seconds, but you see what the bar is.
You know, I agree. This is a very high bar that Hyperion put out here. They were able to take point A and point B in a minute 30. I mean, if they can do it, I'm sure Morgan can do it too. So let's see. It looks like we are going to run the dive as well, but with a sim. Oh, nope. They switched to a Reinhardt. So it looks like they're going to go a little bit more with shield here. Oh, but do you see the pick coming out of Hyperion?
Oh, man. I don't...
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Let's
Ladies
see if
and
that
gentlemen, we have
stick.
a Bastion. That is definitely who they are going to have to take out to be able to take this point.
Everyone's favorite desperation pick.
Oh, yeah, and the teleporter back and forth. Oh, this is deadly.
Hey, well, they know their opponent. They know that they can't really dilly that. They've got to go in and attack. You got them only a minute 10 seconds, really.
Most definitely, but they have to keep an eye on that teleporter because they can go back and forth between high grounds. And you can see that Bastion just already doing it.
Of course, the sim placement with the car wash, not a lot of places to hide.
Yeah, and it looks like Morgan is stuck in this little room here.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
60 seconds remaining.
Ooh, with 60 seconds left on the clock, they really have to find a solution to this Bastion.
Gotta find a solution, but they are sitting on 2 DPS ults here. You've gotta make them count.
Hanzo just waiting to unleash his ult here.
Yeah, Morgan's got a great chance sitting on 2 ults. Hyperion has none so far. Oh boy, as I was speaking of that, Bap gets his window.
And then there's the dragons taking
that
Bastion
from the back
out.
line.
Oh, but the res, does not get the res. This is looking good for Morgan here. We do see shield coming out for Hyperion. Morgan is touching this point. Only both the tanks on point.
All down to the tanks, and oh no.
Just one tank left. And Morgan is starting to take this.
You're gonna take this point, but once again, you're gonna have 30 seconds. Oh no, Hyperion's coming to play.
Yeah, they are not gonna let Morgan take this.
They're not gonna give it up that easy.
But Morgan's not letting go here. Mercy gets the res. Still taking the objective. Winston decides to touch point. And they are able to get it with 30 seconds left on the clock. They have to push this fast.
Thanks for the objective.
Yeah, Got no time to really even group up. You just gotta go, go, go. You have to cap. You can't just get a tick.
Clearing the area.
Still that Bastion giving them an absolute terror here.
Heroes never die.
We see Valkyrie come in and play with the Winston and the backline trying to take that Pharah down.
Comes another backline dragon. Nothing doing there.
Winston alting from that backline. Oh, but the Diva bomb on point. Does get the Winston.
Victory.
And Hyperion takes map 3.
Play of the game. Double. Double.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was map 3, and we are now going into map 4. If you're just tuning in, it is Hyperion 2, Morrigan 1. Very exciting games. This is still anybody's game here. Okay, just gonna go ahead and do these switches real quick. So while we're switching, we could go ahead and talk about Eichenwald. What's your favorite heroes to play on Eichenwald?
When I'm playing support, you can never go wrong with the Lucio. Obviously, you're gonna want the movement, the mobility, both offense and defense. Soldier's also very nice here. A couple of high points you can get to.
I do have to agree. There is a lot of high ground on this map to take control of, especially at that second point. I do know on Eichenwald, I enjoy running um, a Baptiste, maybe a Lucio on defense. You know, keep booping them back and be able to get the team back to the point pretty fast when you're on defense, especially if you have those sneaky behind like a diva or um, tracer, anything that can get around to that back point without you knowing. I am just checking to see
Yeah,
if both teams are ready.
especially with Eichenwald, a lot of walls, a lot of corners. Mobility is going to be your friend, especially when you're just trying to cap the point in the first place. And as we've seen really over the course of this match, Morgan seems to favor the payload. So
Most definitely. Now we saw in Havana Morgan do an absolutely wonderful job, and I'm really thinking that payload maps are their strongest. But you know, unfortunately, in this series of maps that we have for week two, you know, we have that three controls with beginning of end, of course, being a control, and that middle right there being a control. So that's a little bit out of favor for them. So I'm really hoping to see Morgan come back on this map in general and show dominance. And then going into that last map, um, which pretty much, you know, map 5 is pretty much like you said, as soon as whoever gets cap first normally can keep cap, but you never know with these two teams. Hyperion showed a lot of strength in that first map, so I'm ready to see Morgan give us a lot of strength. But it looks like both teams are ready, so we are going to go ahead and jump in to Eichenwald. If you are just tuning in, this is map 4 of this series, and right now it is 2-1 in Hyperion's favor.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Alright, it looks like we're running a little bit of mirror coming out here with that Reinhardt and Zarya. Definitely running Soldier on both sides and Baptiste on both sides with a little bit of changes. We've got a Junkrat coming out of Hyperion and a Pharah coming out of Morgan, along with the Zen choice coming from Sid on Morgan and the Mercy coming from Bees on Hyperion.
5, 4, 3.
yeah, the Zen choice is definitely interesting. Looks like they're not gonna get a lot of heals, but again, playing the range game, and range might be your friend here, especially again going up with this first point. A lot of walls you got to be accounted for.
Oh, and those quick picks are ready.
Kill is done.
But Bees does get the res off of the soldier.
Not good. Get back.
Ah, damn it.
And BZ does take out the Reinhardt, but unfortunately Juice and Ginger Snap and BZ, they all fall. Sid falls as well. The soldier falls too, and it looks like, oh, and the Reinhardt goes very shortly after.
And we've seen it over the course of so far all the games where Hyperion aggressive on offense, even more aggressive on defense.
Most definitely, we see the Zarya trying to keep this Sky contested here, throwing a couple of shots out there towards that Pharah.
Gotta be a little careful for Morrigan here. Here comes the tire.
Oh, and it does get the Pharah. I caught that at the last minute. Looks like Morgan's having a little bit of trouble trying to get through this defense. A couple of things are definitely going to have to change, yeah.
Yeah. Switching off of the Pharah, going to the Junkrat again with the hit scan on the other side. Obviously, a smart choice. You got to get some splash damage.
I don't know, even with those couple of switches, you know, Hyperion's sitting on several ults here.
Yeah, definitely. You know, 3 with the back window right on the horizon.
Tactical necessity. I've got you in my sights.
And here comes Visor. And Hyperion just charging right in there, picking one after another.
Let's get you back in the fight. My ultimate's ready.
Time and time again, aggression has been the name of their game, and as I said, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Most definitely, we see Junkrat has his tire, and he's over here on the side. Just wait for his moment, and here it comes. Looks like it's gonna try to go over the building and right on top of him.
Oh,
big
triple
tire. And Hyperion just cleaning up again. 60 seconds left on the clock, and Hyperion is not letting Morgan get anywhere close to this point.
You got to play a little desperate now. I mean, they haven't even touched the point.
Oh, we see Window coming into play, but Trans and Grav also. Orisa pushing up on this Zarya, getting around to the point, looking to try to touch this point. And gets taken down.
Complete domination, annihilation. 15 seconds and counting. If you're Morgan, it's balls to the walls now. You're down 2-1. You got 10 seconds. Your life's on the line here. Another tire.
Another tire. That's 3 tires in this game. Does get Giggle. And Morgan is not able to touch this point.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Very dangerous situation for Morgan here. You're down 2-1 in the match, and you couldn't even touch the point, let alone get a take. I mean, and we've seen how aggressive Hyperion is. You're going to be hard pressed to hold him here. Might have to take a page out of their book and bust out the Bastion because you're in desperation mode.
I mean, possibly, but you see on Hyperion, they're deciding to go with that Genji Doomfist DPS combo here, along with the rest of the dive. Yeah, so they are going dive to get to this point. They are not messing around.
Definitely not. We've seen it. They're going to hit you right in the mouth. I mean, what better characters to do it with than those two? And Morgan, again, as we see send them early, they're sitting very far back. Again, I don't know if I agree with this.
Most definitely, they are taking the safe route and holding back. Maybe they're anticipating a Symmetra teleporter or something, but, you know, it would seem better for them to be holding up a little bit closer to that choke.
Definitely. I mean, especially the fact that Hyperion only needs a tick right now, really, so any ground you give up is crucial.
Oh, Genji with that quick deflector. We see the Doomfist already jumping into the middle of him. Hyperion doing very quick work to push to this point, but they unfortunately do lose the Doomfist.
Lost the Doomfist, but put on the pressure. They probably did his job. They pushed them back even further than they already were.
Hyperion backing up to regroup a little bit. They have plenty of time to get this tick as this Winston and Diva both jump in. Oh, but Winston's so low and gets taken out. They do have the Mercy. Let's see if they try to get that Mercy in there and get the res. Maybe not.
It's not going to happen. Hyperion is just all over the place.
And they get the
it.
tick. Ladies and gentlemen, Hyperion wins 3-1. Congratulations to Hyperion.
Play of the game.
Lorca coming in clutch with those tires. Absolutely beautiful. Every single tire that he dropped, he's gotten at least one kill. You can see play the game right here. Just running through them.
I mean, unheard of. He had 3 just in that defense alone.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Season 5, Week 2, Tier 2 Hyperion versus Morrigan. And Hyperion takes the win 3-1. Congratulations, Hyperion. I am your host and caster, Queenie, and I have my wonderful co-caster here with me, Super. It was such a pleasure having you here tonight.
Definitely, shout out to Hyperion and Morrigan giving us a great game. Obviously, Hyperion takes the win, goes to 2-0 on the season. So, hope to see both of these teams back later on. But again, not much more we could say here.
Most definitely. Until next time, we have several games coming up this weekend, so make sure that you keep an eye out on the IOWL minor streams because there is more excitement to have. Good night, everybody. We love you.